In many ways, Carolyn Walworth is a fairly typical 17-year-old in Palo Alto, California. She's fairly typical in that she says she's pretty much constantly tired. She comes home every night and works on her homework until about 11 o'clock when the tiredness and frustration just catches up with her. And she says she just breaks down crying for about 10 minutes. It's not like she can then go to bed. She then says she's up till about 12:30 finishing her homework. When she's done with that, she goes to bed, but less than 8 hours later, she's back in class for her first period at 8:15 in the morning, struggling to stay awake, fighting against the fatigue. In Carolyn's word, it's an insane system. The whole essence of learning is lost. My name is Vic McInnes, and I've been an educator for many years of people that are high school age. I've also done a lot of research on the problem with high school exhaustion and sleep deprivation. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to be talking about high school sleep deprivation. We're going to be talking about its causes and its effects. And I'm going to talk to you about one very simple solution. Now, in 2014, the American Academy of Pediatrics identified teen tiredness as a public health epidemic. It was so extreme. The physical manifestations are extreme fatigue, dizziness, headaches, episodes of adult attention deficit disorder, and it can even be misdiagnosed. In many cases, it is so severe that it can be misdiagnosed as mononucleosis, Lyme disease, or clinical depression. And that all comes from teenhealth.com. Now, it's even gotten so bad that now the American Medical Association has created a name for it. It is called chronic teen fatigue syndrome. Well, the causes are very simple. Rafael Pelayo, who's a medical doctor who works for the Stanford Sleep Disorder Clinic, describes it as a compressed sleep process. Teens naturally, their body clock tells them to stay up late and sleep late as well. But by starting school at 7:30, or in some cases even 7 o'clock, or no later than 8 o'clock, we're forcing teens to alter their natural biorhythms and forcing them to compress the time they sleep. Dr. Pelayo points out that early rising interrupts the key time when teens naturally get their best and most beneficial sleeping, the deepest sleep during those early morning hours when we're now forcing them to get up and go to school. So we've got this problem of teens not getting enough good sleep that's having these serious physical manifestations. And it's so prevalent that the American Pediatric Association calls it an epidemic. What can we do to fix it? Well, the solution is that many things can't be controlled. That's pretty obvious. You can't control a teen's natural biorhythms, but you can do one very simple thing, and that's push back the start time for schools. So what I'm going to advance as a solution to this problem is pushing back start times for schools. In 1997, Edina, Minnesota Public Schools, which is a small, well-to-do suburb outside of Minneapolis, shifted their start time from 7:20 in the morning to 8:30 in the morning. They then asked the University of Minnesota to come in and measure the impacts. What they found was teens in that school district exhibited fewer examples of depression. They were less sleepy in class, and they generally self-reported that they were more empowered to succeed than they were under the old system. The University of Minnesota also looked at other school systems in the area that were still going with the earlier report times, and they found that they did not have similar occurrences of improvements in those areas. The next year, in 1998, the entire city of Minneapolis followed suit, 57,000 students. And what they immediately found was that there was an increase in student attendance, and there were fewer absences. In 2010, a study in Rhode Island found that delaying start time by as little as 30 minutes had those same effects. In 2014, 2 counties in Virginia pushed their start back an hour and found out that over the next year, there were fewer teen traffic accidents involving teen drivers. So today, we've talked about a serious problem in our country, teen sleep deprivation, teen tiredness. We've discussed the cause of that compressed teen sleep cycle, and we've discussed a very simple and effective solution, and that is to delay the start time for schools by as little as 30 minutes. So now you're better informed on teen sleep disorders and tiredness.